Yung parliamentary status po ng budget ng Office of the Vice President is that it has not yet taken up in the plenary, ano? Kasi kahapon, 17 oras naghintay ang miyembro ng House of Representatives for the Office of the Vice President to appear before the plenary. Although may pinadala po silang mga abogado, but they are not properly equipped with the authorization, no? So in other words, they're not authorized to represent on behalf of the Vice President. So ngayon po, naka-schedule ang pagtalakay sa budget ng Office of the Vice President. So we will wait until the Vice President shows up and then or any of the representative of the Office of the Vice President.
Sir, if wala nga po umattend from the OVP, ano pong mangyayari? Ano na pong gagawin ng majority?
Well, we still have one day, which is by tomorrow. So, ang House of Representatives naman is very lenient, no? We're giving so much leniency to the Office of the Vice President and give chance, no? Para po sila ay dumalo dito po sa pagtalakay sa plenaryo ng kanila pong budget. So, we have until Wednesday, which is tomorrow. They're given sufficient time within which to appear before the plenary, and the sponsor, the good congressman from Lanao del Sur, the Honorable Zia Alonto Adjong, is still waiting, no, for the Office of the Vice President. So, mahirap naman po kasi sa parte niya, no, bilang budget sponsor. May mga katanungan po talaga na dapat yung sagot is manggagaling po directly sa head of the agency. So, with that, hihintayin po natin ngayong araw ng Martes. At kung hindi po mag-appear, we still have tomorrow, which is Wednesday, for them to appear and defend the budget through their sponsor, yung budget po ng Office of the Vice President.
And if tomorrow po hindi pa rin po umattend ang OVP or anyone from them?
If I just may add dun sa sinabi ni Congressman Jill, alam nyo kahapon talagang nakakaawa po yung mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Although talagang trabaho naman talaga namin yun, yung pagsisiyasat at paghihimay ng budget ng mabawat ahensya. Nag-umpisa po kami ng alas 10 at natapos po kami ng alas 3 ng umaga. At kahapon po, nakaschedule po yung Office of the Vice President at 10 a.m. Unfortunately, the Vice President was not available. She was not present. And also, neither was a letter explaining her absence was presented to the committee. Furthermore, there was no letter authorizing any representative to represent the Office of the Vice President in yesterday's proceedings. So, inantay po namin yung kabuuan ng Lunes at umabot na po ng Martes, kakaantay kaso lang wala pa rin po. So, ngayon, tulad ng sinabi ni Congressman Jill, aantayin pa rin po namin kung ano po ang magiging aksyon ng Office of the Vice President hanggang bukas. So we will provide every opportunity for the Office of the Vice President to come and be present during the plenary debates. I think it is only but necessary for every head of office to make themselves available in such a crucial period, because we are tackling the budget by which the office will be operating on the following year. So we have to give dignity and respect to the office that they represent. At ang isang pinakamagandang pagpapakita nito ay syempre yung pagpunta dito sa Kongreso. Kasi bahagi naman po talaga to ng legislative process, bahagi po talaga to ng ating demokrasya, bahagi po talaga to ng tinatawag po natin transparency and accountability na pinatutupad po natin sa ating pamahalaan.
Maybe hear the comments from other distinguished guests.
So add lang yung kay Kong JJ, they very much put it well. Yung kay Kong Jay saka kay Kong Jill. Pero sana wag naman po silang paasa kasi sunod-sunod na po yung events, nakikita nyo naman po, Chronicle. Ngayon, hanggang Wednesday po, we're extending the full courtesy at saka yung of course, yung pagrespeto po sa Office of the Vice President ay binibigay po ng House of Representatives. Pero mahirap po ang paasa, saka wag naman silang paasa.
Kung Paulo, yung sinasabi na wag paasa, yung uso din ba sa budget process yung ghosting na tinatawag?
Oo nga, no? Pero ano na ngayon, hindi na August. Extended.
I guess in addition to that po, no, and that's rightly put by DS Suarez, on the part of the minority naman, usually when there are any irregularities or when any answer is insufficient, we would usually defer. But for once, yung minority po all in agreement na wag naman yung ultimatum na defer, we are extending maximum leniency in the hopes that we would come to a, productive resolution to this chapter of the budget hearings. Yet, after 17 hours of deliberation, not one authorized representative was there. But yun nga po, pinag-usapan, kahit yung minority, hindi po ipapa-defer. We are willing to take it up the next day, and as mentioned already by Congressman Bongalon, should it come to that, we're also willing to take it up again on Wednesday, just to uphold our constitutional duty to pass this budget. We're doing all that we can. We're exerting all our efforts. Kahit nakawawa na po si Kong Zia, nakita po namin after 17 hours, hinintay niya po talaga. And if, I don't know if nakita sa live stream, pero natutulog na po siya sa corner, waiting. And unfortunately, I feel like he will wait again today, and he might have to wait again tomorrow. So yun na po, panawagan lang po siguro namin is, wag naman pabitin po, no? Let's conclude this budget process according to the Constitution.
Lahat naman po ng lahat naman po ng mga departamento kailangan dumaan sa prosesong ganito. Wala pong exempted dito at binibigyan naman po ng respeto at paggalang ang opisina ng Vice President. Yun lang, sana umattend at respetuhin ang proseso at sana wag pa-baby no. At talagang kailangan kasi nating malaman kung saan niya dinadala, ginagamit yung budget ng OVP. So sana respetuhin niya yung proseso at magpadala ng representative or umattend siya sa budget hearing na lahat naman ng mga departamento ay ginagawa.
Thank you, Marian. Let's move to the next question from Bibian Gulia of ABS-CBN2.
Good morning po. Clarification lang, as of now, until this time po, wala pa ring letter of explanation na ibinibigay sa Kamara ang Office of the Vice President regarding the absence, and wala pong dumating today na representative from the Office of the Vice President. And just to reiterate the question po kanina, what will happen if on Wednesday, wala pa rin pong ipadalang letter or of explanation or representative ang OVP?
Yeah. Well, from my knowledge, as of today, wala pa rin pong pinadadalang explanation, wala pa rin pong pinadadalang sulat o anumang document para ipaliwanag kung bakit wala po sila kahapon. We will wait for the entire day of Tuesday because we really want to progress already dito po sa plenary debates ng iba't ibang mga ahensya. Medyo sumisikip na nga po dahil yung ibang mga departments nakaschedule for today, yung ibang ng mga departments na hindi po na-defer nung nakarang linggo, nakaschedule for today, at yung iba naman para bukas. So I do hope that we're able to close this chapter and we can move forward already because we're scheduled to go on break on the 25th, so sa Wednesday. So kailangan po talaga matapos kagad namin to within the given time period. Now, doon po sa tanong po ninyo, kung wala pa rin po, siguro mas maganda pong antayin po natin kung ano po ang magiging aksyon ng plenaryo dito at kung ano po ang magiging rekomendasyon ng Committee on Appropriations because they're the ones presenting the budget right now on plenary. So this is not a decision for us to make but rather a decision for the 315 or 16 congressmen who compose the House of Representatives.
But can you at least walk us through the scenarios po, possible scenarios? For example, posible po bang ipasa yung budget, could it delay the target to pass the national budget on third reading on Wednesday? Or posible po bang yung panukalang 733 million, yun na yun? Or posible bang bumababa po yung panukalang budget para sa Office of the Vice President?
As of now, siguro it wouldn't be prudent to answer the question because let's give them a little bit more time. Meron pa naman buong araw ng Martes at nandun pa naman po yung buong araw ng Miyerkules para humarap, dumating, ipaliwanag at wala naman po tayong dapat sarahang na pinto sa pagkakataon para sa Office of Vice President na dumalo ng maayos sa plenary discussions ng kanilang budget.
Dagdag ko lang po so the last time we checked, the holding group assigned for the officials of the Office of the Vice President, until now po wala pong ni isang opisyal na dumalo galing po sa Office of the Vice President. And as I mentioned earlier, we have the whole Tuesday to wait for them to appear and express that they are willing to attend this plenary debates on the sponsorship of the budget of the Office of the Vice President.
Huli na lang from me, sir, kasi yesterday made si Congressman during his manifestation na clear betrayal of public trust itong ginagawa daw po ng Vice Presidente na hindi umiiwas sa pagpapaliwanag ng how her office utilized the budget. Do you agree with that? And there are calls sa mga rally yesterday to impeach the Vice President. Your thoughts lang po.
Well, hindi naman kasi napag-uusapan dito sa House yung pag-i-impeach sa Vice President. Katulad nga na sinasabi ni Kong JJ kanina, we respect the Office of the Vice President and we are giving much leeway sa ating VP para i-defend at pumunta rito sa House para i-defend yung kanyang budget. So, sa majority, wala kaming napag-uusapan tungkol sa impeachment. Hindi natin iniisip yan. At ang importante sa amin ngayon is maipasa on time yung budget, including the budget of the Office of the Vice President, At maipakita sa tao na ang Kongreso nagtatrabaho, patuloy nagtatrabaho para may ahon, no, ang kanilang buhay, no, para makatulong tayo sa buhay ng ating mamamayan. At syempre, yan din yung gusto, no, ng ating leader sa Kongreso, Speaker Martin Romualdez, na may pasa agad ang budget dahil ang budget na ito budget na malaki ang may tutulong upang maiangat ang buhay ng ating mga kababayan.